Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the President. The President of the Republic of Botswana, Advocate Chuma Gideon Botha. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed panelists, captains of industry, partners and friends of Botswana, all protocol observed. Before we hear from the President, please allow me to introduce the moderator of our fireside conversation. She is a respected voice in the luxury industry, Ms. Paige Redigan, watch and jewelry editor at Robb Report, a leading global authority on luxury and innovation.
Mr. President, thank you for joining us today. You're in Vegas, which is a home of luxury, entertainment, trade. What does Botswana's presence at JCK represent for your country and for Africa at large?
Thank you very much. Our presence here first represents visibility, that you can see, you can feel, you can experience the vibe that is Botswana, and you can understand where these diamonds that sparkle so beautifully come from. So we're here to tell the story, our story, the story of our country, an energetic, young democracy rising and claiming its rightful place, not just on the southern tip of the African continent, but in the world at large, because it is the largest supplier of diamonds by value to you all, ready to partner with you sustainably, ethically, and to anchor the diamond industry, to provide leadership, to bring durable, meaningful partnerships to you all. That's what we're about, and we'll extend our hand to embrace all of you. Thank you.
That's great. Botswana's been known as one of the most stable and significant sources of diamonds globally, but how is the government going to position, the next chapter of this story in global diamond trade?
First, we need to sustain the position of Botswana as the place to go to because of its credibility, because of its democratic integrity and credentials, which have been proved beyond any shadow of doubt, in fact, by the recent occurrence where a political party that had been in power for 58 years lost an election. And I am certain that many of you held their breath, not without good reason, because in that part of the world most of the time, a seamless transition is not known, seldom happens. But Botswana demonstrated to the world that our democratic roots run deep, and that when you choose to invest in Botswana, of one thing, if nothing else, you can be certain that your investments are safe, that Botswana is the right place to place your investments, your resources, and your capabilities. And so, once we've maintained that status, which we've earned and have defended admirably thus far, then we need to reach out to all of you. And as we have demonstrated with our durable partnership with De Beers, offer you partnerships that will last, that will serve, that will anchor the industry. And so Botswana will position itself as a place where connections are made, where we build durable partnerships, where the diamond industry will find a firm foundation and a solid springboard to reach out to every part of the world. That's what this positioning for Botswana entails.
The elephant in the room always with diamonds is lab-grown diamonds, which has really kind of rocked the industry in a way. How does Botswana plan to safeguard the long-term value of and appeal of natural diamonds? And, how are you promoting that?
Well, we need to understand that, as I said earlier, diamonds are anchored on love. They represent a tangible expression and manifestation of something that cannot be grown in a laboratory. And so, natural diamonds, as the natural expression of love, achievement, heritage, stand on a different footing relative to lab-grown diamonds. And that is why, therefore, the issue of traceability to establish provenance and also to ensure that the life stories behind these natural diamonds are told and amplified across the breadth and dimensions of the world stage. This sets the natural diamond apart remarkably from lab-grown diamonds. It's an expression of love, it's an expression of real value. It's an expression of heritage, stories, schools built, children put through school, health facilities supported, and lives built. A country anchored. This is the story of natural diamonds. Can anyone find any such story? Anything comparable in relation to lab-grown? The answer, in my humble view, is a resounding no. And so, the natural diamonds make their own case. We stand firm in asserting their authority, their superiority, and that they are the reason countries thrive, communities survive, and the world continues thriving.
That's absolutely true. Can you explain what role De Beers plays in Botswana's diamond ecosystem? And do you see anyone new coming into this arena?
Well, De Beers has played a sterling role, without any doubt. We have established a partnership. We have worked together over decades. This partnership has served, it has endured. It is on the back of this partnership that Botswana as a country has not only managed to construct a future, to carve a future for itself, but it has also demonstrated that these partnerships, or this particular partnership, must serve as an inspiration for other partnerships. It must be an example to all of you that in Botswana we are a nation that embraces collaborations, partnerships. De Beers has been a key player in this regard. We have recently renewed this partnership, and this is a testament to the fact that this partnership has not only deepened and grown strong over the years, but it continues to be an inspiration to many of you here, in fact. And so, Botswana continues to honor this partnership. It will strengthen this partnership, and it will ensure that De Beers continues to play the role that it has played in the life of the nation, and indeed in your own lives. in making diamonds available to you. So thank you De Beers, and thank you to all of you who have witnessed this partnership.
Beyond mining, it's my understanding that you're also trying to bring other parts of the process locally to Botswana, from cutting, polishing, and certification. Can you speak a little bit about how you're trying to do that?
Well, the process of beneficiation has already begun. In fact, it is in progress. There are many, or a few in this room, who already have established themselves in Botswana, who participate actively in cutting and polishing. We invite more of you to come so that we can, at some point in the future, make Botswana the diamond capital in the real sense of the word. And so we will continue in this manner. We will grow the industry in Botswana. We will participate in midstream and other aspects. But in order to achieve this, we invite those who have not yet established themselves there to come. I was talking to one investor recently, a few days ago, who had come into Botswana and was barely 3 days in the country. And he said to me he had fallen in love with the country. And I asked him, what exactly is it about the country? He says, there's a fundamental niceness about Botswana. And so I say to you, please come. You will also attest to the fact that there's a unique and fundamental niceness about Botswana.
There are jewelry brands that buy the diamonds, obviously, that get diamonds from Botswana, but do you ever see...
Looking at a design, diamond inspired by the traditional calabash, such a beautiful, spectacular piece of work. And so if you come to Botswana, you'll be able to blend some of the brilliant ideas and designs that you have with the beautiful sights and scenes of the Republic of Botswana. And I can tell you, from that rich blend, you'll produce the most outstanding pieces of work, pieces of jewelry that speak a unique language, that resonate with the rest of the world, because they tell the true story of the origin of these diamonds and transmit that story across generations and ensure that this story continues, never ends.
The next topic I want to discuss with you is tariffs. It's obviously a very big topic globally and certainly in the US right now. Trump's proposed tariffs will affect Botswana's diamond exports. How do you view these challenges and how do you plan on responding?
The best way of responding to situations like this is to engage. Engage honestly and engage openly. The United States doesn't produce diamonds. It doesn't have any diamond mines. So the diamonds and diamond mines are found in other parts of the world, especially in Botswana. We have a good relationship with the United States, and I had a very good meeting with Marco Rubio a few weeks back. And that was a prelude, in my view, to outcomes that we will achieve from our sustained engagement with the Trump administration. And so I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that we will be able to navigate and overcome these tariff blips, if you will, on the storm chart and get to a point soon where there will be zero tariffs on natural diamonds. That's the ideal, that's where we are striving to get. And I am certain in my mind we will get there. We definitely will. Because it is the only reasonable and logical position to go to. So the administration of the United States will, in the ultimate instance, settle right there.
Are there other global markets or alliances that Botswana is looking at for trade partnerships beyond the West?
Well, we're looking in particular right now, for obvious reasons, at India, an emerging powerhouse of an economy in the current era. They have been inextricably wound to the story of our diamonds. We trust that we will grow together. We will work together first to deal with the tariffs as we presently are, but we will also work together and develop that market, grow it, and ensure that Botswana, India thrive, and therefore we can reach out to other parts of the world.
Diamonds have been the foundation of Botswana's economy. What are the sectors you focus on to diversify and build long-term economic resilience beyond that?
We're looking at tourism, which is fairly obvious. But tourism, not just focusing on the Okavango Delta, which is a magical, unique miracle of nature. But we're looking at bringing retailers themselves to observe the process of mining. So tourism focused in part on the mining industry itself. If we take you to the Jwaneng mine, for instance, in Botswana, you'll be blown away. You'll be amazed. There was a little debate earlier. The assertion was that Jwaneng is the king of mines in the whole world. And the Minister of Minerals and Energy in Botswana countered and asserts that it actually is the queen of mines. And there certainly isn't any doubt about the fact that it occupies the highest level. It is the standard, the diamond standard, if you will, in mining. And so there's some charm and allurement in going to see this and other mines in Botswana, and also interacting with the people and the culture. So tourism, building from diamonds, but moving in the direction of a unique appreciation of the country and the culture. So tourism is critical. We also will looking at energy, green energy, which we will then deploy to power our economy, including powering diamonds, as indicated earlier, with the agreement signed between the Botswana Power Corporation and Botswana. So energy, green energy, is another direction of growth. But we also will develop infrastructure, revolutionize our education, to make sure that when you come to locate your factories in Botswana, you have the best skills that the world can offer. And so we are proceeding in that direction, and we'll be happy to have you join us on that enchanted journey.
Beyond that, what other incentives are you offering investors to come into the country?
One of the most important incentives for investors is just to make the environment investor friendly. It's critical. We also, through entities like BITC, SESA, Special Economic Zones Authority, want to very quickly, very efficiently onboard any investors coming into the country. And so we also want to sit with investors and not present a one-size-fits-all suite of incentives, but look at the special needs and requirements of each investor and together fashion appropriate incentives for that particular investor. And the bottom line is we will put together incentives, we will engage with the investors in relation to these incentives, and we will facilitate the investor and ensure that skills are available. We have, for instance, in other sectors, a training levy, so that when skills are transferred, when a process of training is undertaken in the country, we, as the Botswana government, are able to play a part so that when you train, you can then be able to get a little payback from government to enable your industry to grow. So these are some of the issues that we have presently, and we will broaden the suite of incentives to suit the investors that are coming in.
That sounds amazing. You guys have a lot going on. It's going to be great to see this journey unfold with Botswana, and I think everyone here is looking forward to seeing what's happening next. We're out of time, unfortunately, so we're going to have to wrap, and I'm sure you're very busy, clearly, as we've discussed through all your plans, but thank you so much for telling us about Botswana and what the future holds.
Thank you.